G'day everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be ranking all the AFL coaches ahead of the 2022 AFL season. Of course, on this list I've got all the 18 current senior coaches, and I'll be ranking them based on their coaching career as of now. I'm super close to 15k subscribers. I'm like 15 away, so if you're watching this and haven't subscribed yet, it means the absolute world to me. Let's get to 15k subs as soon as possible. So we've got the tiers here: S, A, B, C, and D. There's no need to go over them. It's quite self-explanatory. You know, it speaks for itself. So to start off proceedings, we've got John Longmire. I think it's safe to say that he's probably a top 3 coach, past and probably even current at the moment. I mean, he took the Swans to a flag in 2012. The Swans have just been up and around in the final series for that long. Had a slight dip in 2019, 2020, but he's made countless grand finals. He's rejuvenated the Swans list at the moment. They've now, you know, after finishing bottom 4 in 2020, you know, look like one of the teams to potentially win the flag in 2022. And yeah, I don't think anyone can dispute not having him in at least the A's. Adam Simpson, another coach I'll probably put in the A's. He won the flag in 2018, just like the Swans. The Eagles have been up there in the finals with Simpson for longer than they've been out. I remember in 2014, I think they finished 13th, and the next year they made the grand final, finishing in like the top 2. So he's able to, you know, take a side that finished sort of lowly in one season, quite highly the next one. It happened again in 2017. I mean, obviously, as of late, Eagles have had a bit of drop, you know, in terms of form in finals and obviously form in general. But I think it's safe to say that we've got to put him in A's. He's been a good coach for the majority of the time he's been at the Eagles. Ben Rutten, a bit of an interesting one because he's only coached one season at the Bombers, and a quite successful season as that. The Bombers were probably predicted to finish bottom 4 after 2020, and they shocked a lot of people finishing in the top 8. So because of the one season already turning things around quite positively for the Bombers, and looks like he knows what he's doing, I want to chuck him in B for now. And in the B is probably where I'll probably chuck him. Another coach who's won the flag, and Luke Beveridge. It's a bit of a tough one with him and Adam Simpson. I feel like probably Beveridge has done more to the Dogs than Simpson's done more to the Eagles. And currently the Dogs are looking to rise whilst the Eagles are looking to fall. Won the flag in 2016, made countless finals appearances, had a bit of a dip in 2017, 2018, but again in 2021 made the grand final again. And that speech that he made in 2016 would be a major contributing factor into the motivation that the Dogs had into winning all the final series in 2016. Seems like a great bloke, great coach, great personality on and off the field. I think Bevo, yeah, fair enough, going in A. Now, Damien Hardwick, there's no need really to explain the reason why I put him in S. Any coach who has won 3 flags has to be put in this tier. I mean, 3 flags in 4 years. It's really extraordinary how 5 years ago we'd probably be putting him C to D. Like everyone is saying, Tim has got to be sacked. He's got to lose his job. He's done nothing at Tigerland. You know, they probably gave him one last chance in 2017. He won a flag, and well, he's dreaming at the moment. He's not looking like he's going anywhere at the moment, even if they finish bottom 4 the next 3 years. Simon Goodwin, a coach that probably after 2020 or 2019 would be lurking around this area. A lot of people saying that he just wasn't up to it, wasn't able to succumb to the pressure, but he managed to just turn things out brilliantly for the D's this year. Their game plan was much improved. Just their team in general, just everything about the D's, their culture, their style, it all clicked in 2021. And I think Goodwin's a good part of it, honestly. And I think currently he's a top 3 coach in the league. So I feel like Bevo's just done a slight bit more, so I'll have him above Goodwin. Ken Hinkley, I'm probably going to chuck him in B's. I think definitely after 2019, you know, he was probably going to get the sack, honestly. No one really wanted him there. It's just average performances. No plan B. Didn't know how to work around scenarios. I think from 2015 to 2019, they lingered around the 7th to like 12th mark. Just average footy. Something clicked in 2020 and 2021 because they made top 2 consecutive years, and they look like they could potentially, you know, fight for the flag this year as well. Leon Cameron, I'm probably going to put him just above Hinkley. Of course, he took the Giants to the granny in 2019 and made him to countless other finals appearances from 2016 to 2019, with them not making anything lower than a semi-final. That goes to show that Leon Cameron has, you know, done a pretty good job with the list that the Giants had into bringing him a little bit of success. Obviously not a flag yet, and that's why he's in this position. Justin Longmire, not to be confusing with John Longmire, I think a C at the moment. When Ross, in his final years at Freo, it really was just misery for a lot of Freo fans. Slow, uninteresting, boring play style of footy. But Longmire, he's a fresh addition to the club. You know, the game plan that he's adopting, you know, quite exciting. And I think a team that can really push to make the finals this year. I have him finishing 7th. Craig McRae. This is really for all new coaches ahead of 2022. When they haven't coached a game yet, I can't really rank him. I feel like D's a bit too harsh because they haven't really proven themselves yet. So C's, they're appropriate ranking for them, I reckon. And the same with Matty Nix. I think C's as well. You know, it's a little bit hard when you have come to a club that have just gotten rid of half their players, had a massive exodus, and you lose the first 13 games you coach. It's a bit tough, but, you know, you can be mistaken, be let off when you've got a list as bad as the Crows had at the stage. And I feel like Nix is heading the Crows into the right direction. They've improved every year since. And yeah, I think he's pretty good. But for now, we've got to put him in C because we haven't really seen much success with Nix at the Crows. And it's a bit similar as well with David Noble, only being at the Roos for 1 year. And just like Nix in his first season won the wooden spoon. But he looks like he's the right man for the job. He's got, you know, again, just like Nix, some good relationships with the young players. And I reckon that North will be on the rise somewhat quickly, I reckon, in the next couple of years. Brett Ratton, after 2020, I think it's safe to say he would have been up in this area after giving the Saints a finals win after 9 years without being in the finals. For the most part, I think Ratton is quite a good coach. Obviously, he used to coach the Blues, and many Carlton fans can agree, I think he was quite underrated and a bit harshly done. He didn't seem like he was that bad at the Blues and got sacked after, finishing 9th or 10th. So I think he's the right man for the Saints for the job. I like the way he goes about it. I like, you know, just his attitude towards the play. I think he's honestly our best coach we've had probably since even Ross Lyon. So I think he's heading the Saints in the right direction. I'm going to just put him end of B's. But again, it's between B and C really, because so far he hasn't done a whole lot. But, you know, taking the Saints to the first final series in ages is why I've got him in this position. Chris Fagan, I'm going to put an A. I know that he hasn't won a premiership. In fact, he hasn't even made a grand final as a coach, but he's got an incredible personality, honestly. I've seen him in interviews, seen him on the front bar. He was the assistant coach to Clarkson during the times they won the 4 flags, so it goes to show that he knows what he's doing. And obviously Fags, I mean, he's a good reason why the Lions are now in the top 4 year after year after. In 2018, we're like, bottom 4? And then skyrocketed into top 2 in 2019. And since then, the Lions, well, they're just a new side. They're just completely different to how they were when they were just not getting anyone at the Gabba. Sam Mitchell, another coach we can't really rank, so we'll just put him here. You know, obviously coaching the VFL side. He looks the goods for the most part, and I reckon, you know, he should have a pretty successful coaching stint at the Hawks. We don't know yet. Chris Scott, I'm probably going to put end of A's. It's a bit of a strange one because he's probably one of the coaches, one of the top 3 or 4 coaches under the most pressure. Yet it's funny because he's coached the Cats to 10 of 11 finals appearances. That, you know, a bit of a harsh one, but the fact is he, ever since 2011, hasn't really been able to get things going in terms of winning finals and continuously failing, especially qualifying finals, is why he's under a bit of pressure and is why I'm not ranking him any higher. A lot of people said that he walked into a flag in 2011. Look, as good as the list that the Cats had, you've got to know what you're doing to coach a side to a premiership. I think that goes without saying. I mean, let's be real. If Shannon Humphries coached the Cats in 2011, they wouldn't have won the flag, wouldn't they? Next up, we got Stewie Jew, and I'll be completely honest, if we have to put anyone in D's, since no one's in D's yet, it'll probably have to be Stewie Jew. It's a bit unfair in a way, considering that he's coaching the Suns, and really anyone who coached the Suns has sort of killed their coaching career in a way. But again, we've got to put someone there, and unfortunately for Jew, he's been there for 4 to 5 years, and we really haven't seen a lot from the Suns. We haven't seen any improvements. They've been lingering around the bottom 6. He seems like a good bloke and, you know, like he knows the game and all that, but unfortunately for Jew, he's just coaching a side like the Suns. So I'll have to put him in D just because no one else is there. And Michael Voss, another coach who hasn't coached yet at the Blues. I know he did coach at the Lions, but I won't really take too much out of that, as I'm sort of focusing on them just purely as a coach at that certain club. But regardless, he looks the goods. Well, the Blues look the goods, honestly. I mean, they've won 2 practice games, and I feel like a decent part of that is due to Michael Voss and sort of the new tactics that he's proposed for the Blues. I reckon, yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. Was all right at the Lions, but since he hasn't coached a game yet, we'll chuck him in the middle of C's because we haven't really seen anything from him, nor Mitchell or McRae. So there we go, guys. That was my list. Well, I'm quite happy with it, but again, everyone's going to have their own opinion. Everyone's subject to their own opinion. It's, of course, a subjective list, so if you disagree, let me know in the comments. Feel free to have a discussion with others in chat. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because there's just going to be heaps more footy content out as we progress into the start of the AFL season. I'm super pumped, I'm super excited, and yeah, we'll see you soon in my next video.